Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Monday, July the 20th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of our room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Okay, well, actually, two really nice trades today, and for me, maybe a bit of an amusing. I want to show you UA though first, because again, I don't know if you guys follow golf very much, but I mean, Jordan Spieth, of course, is was going for his third major in a row. He was right in the running, and I think he bogeyed the 17th hole. And if you don't know, Under Armour, I mean, if you watch him, he's got an Under Armour hat, gloves, maybe not gloves, but he's got an Under Armour hat, shirt, pants, shoes, the whole bit. And of course, this has done fantastically for Under Armour. Their stock has really risen with his rise. But for me, the amusing thing was right here on this candle is when he made a bad shot in 18 because he needed a birdie 18, and unfortunately he made a bad shot, and obviously there was no way he was going to birdie it from where he was, and the stock just went down right at that point. You can see how it was rising as he was climbing because he was always behind all day, and I think right around here is when he tied for the lead. And anyway, I thought that was a bit amusing, and so it was an interesting day for trading too, because I had, as I say, one eye on the British Open and the other eye on trading. All right, DVN. DVN was my first trade of the day. This was a tough one. This came from my bounce list early on. Here it is, DVN at 52.17. You see how a whole bunch of them. I had too many really to monitor them all, and actually I was busy with other things. But excuse me, 52.17. It did catch my eye because you see right around here is when it fell down to what 52.03. So it held the whole number, and actually this arrow is wrong. It should be right there. And when it broke up through the whole number again, I decided to take the trade a little bit late, 52.27, exited here at 52.44, and I don't have it marked here, but I exited the back at I think it was 52.32 actually. So, and then we waited a long time because I was really kind of interested on taking the trade again if it could break over 50. And you see that it did several times, but but with no enthusiasm. But you can see why I would be interested, because I mean here we have two giant candles down, and had it caught any sort of bid at all, it may have continued. Now, of course, the problem is that it's in the energy sector, and let's take a look at the energy sector. There we are, still just getting killed. So it was tough to try to get into an energy stock today. Why beat yourself up trying to figure it out? I mean, I did for a while, as I say, we watched it, but it just never really broke through. Now, here is the first of the two good ones. ET. Oops, I got to write them right. ETSY. Etsy. Now on Friday, here it is on Friday, and I guess the rumor, and I didn't read the news at all, but the rumor was something to do with Google. Basically, Etsy, I think, is a site in which you can go and search for I want to call artifacts or art items, but pricey ones, I believe. I don't think it's just like it. I mean, somebody called it arts and crafts, but I believe that you can get some very interesting stuff there. And I guess Google was they made some kind of an announcement on Friday, which just catapult. I mean, look at this. I mean, this was at what price down here at 1685, all the way up to 2341. So this was on my watch list as something that I wanted to watch on today, just to see what would happen. Well, you can see what happened. It fell quite dramatically because here's where it closed, 2179, got all the way down to 1893. So when it got back up over 19, it really caught my eye, and I took the trade right here at 1949. It was a bit difficult. Again, the spread was something you really had to deal with. I sold some, obviously a little too soon, 1967, just to protect myself, and then it really took off, and I ended up selling the balance at, I mean, it got as high as 2098. I was really hoping it would pop through, but it came back down. This arrow was wrong. It should be over here, and I ended up selling at 2062. sold for over $1 on that on the second part of it. So that turned out to be just an excellent trade, and I'm still going to watch it on tomorrow to see what's up with it. SWI was another one that wanted to watch today because it had a tremendous fall from grace on Friday. Here's where, if I could just back up a little bit, I think $42 all the way down to 30, well, actually right down to here, $35. So it was just an awful day for it, but wanted to see if it would have a bounce, and so this action right here got me interested. A bit of consolidation. These are 5-minute candles. Bit of consolidation, and when it popped up over 37, the whole number, took the trade at 37.17 right there. Actually got up to 37.32, but it just fell. And then as it looked like it was coming down through the whole number, I exited just before that happened at 37.03 for a 14-cent loss. And again, though, we'll continue to watch it because it has a tremendous gap to fill. And I'll just go over the last, well, let's look at Calm first. Calm was great. Now, Calm, initially I saw this. I don't think it's here anymore. No, because it's not down. It's not down enough. I think this has to be down at least $4 for it to appear in this list. What I'm basically looking for are stocks that are down the most in absolute dollars. And at one point, this was definitely on the list. And so how I use this list and how I track stocks are their potential reversals. And I actually said that in the room in the pre-market that this was definitely going to be the potential reversal trade. Here's where it closed, 53.88, and it got all the way down to $48 in the pre-market. So I mean, this obviously had to be watched. Here's where it opened, plummeted, up, down a bit, up, and then it started to climb and a little bit of consolidation. And I decided to take the trade right here at 51.52. Obviously went through the whole number at 51, and I exited very quickly some at 51.80 just in case, because but it just had that look, for me, because if I look at, why did I take the trade right here? I mean, there's no great pattern. I mean, right here would have been a better pattern. And in fact, what I know is going to start happening is they tell me at Trade Ideas anyway that we're going to have data points for the pre-market and the post-market. Well, especially the pre-market. I don't care that much about the post-market, but the pre-market, I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if that's actually a data point, but that looks like that's the high of the pre-market right there at 51. So if we have a data point like that we can refer to during the market hours, then that's going to be excellent, because right here, look what happened. Once it popped through the high of the pre-market, it just kept going. And I had noticed this. I mean, I didn't need an alert to tell me this, but I had noticed this, and it just had that look of something that was just going to keep going. So I took the trade again at 51.80. And I exited right here at 52.62. I mean, look at this. It's gone up even. It's recaptured that. But again, over $1 on this on the last part of it. So two good trades. The Etsy and the Calm were two great trades for me today. And the only other one I took was RRC, and that again was one that wanted to watch because it had the big down day on Friday. It wasn't so much that, well, it was down, but a lot of people in the room were trading it, and it was a little bit frustrating. You see the chop right here, but eventually it finally started to fall towards the end of the day, and it had a nice fall. Excuse me. So this was on my watch list. So I ended up taking, as a short, I ended up taking the trade right here at $40.92, and then I covered right there at 41.02 right there. So I took a loss on this one, and you see how it is choppy. The market still has an hour and 10 minutes left. If this can break down through here, just kind of like it did, this was late. This was, I don't know why. Let me just see here. I want to see the, no, let's do this. Just 1 second. Okay. Oh, that's why that happens. Okay. I'm sorry, and these disappeared. Oh, because I put the style template in. Anyway, you see, if this can have the same sort of action, this was at around 14. Let's see, there's 3 o'clock right there, and it had a nice drop. So I have to see in the last hour, maybe if it can break down through this level right here, I may in fact take the trade. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow, all eyes on Apple. It's funny, I don't think anybody is going to short Apple ahead of it. I think that Google and Netflix has set everybody up for thinking that Apple is going to produce some good numbers. Even if they don't, obviously the stock will fall. But I don't think people ahead of time are going to do, I don't think you're going to see a lot of shorting of Apple ahead of the numbers. And they release in after the market closes tomorrow, probably around, I think they usually do it around 4:15, 15 minutes after the market closes, but definitely all eyes on that one. All right, let me just bring back the cover page. Here again is how to get into our room. Log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account, and I hope to see you in there, our trading room tomorrow.